I need to say that with a little more live. With a little more live. Hi, guys, and welcome to the Grounding Podcast. Oh crap, I forgot. I was supposed to text my daughter real quick. Um, okay. Yes, welcome. I know. I'm like in bed doing this session today. Well, today is bedtime with me. I wanted to have a little cozy bedtime vibe today. No wine. I just made some soup, so I'm not drinking no wine today. But I do have some questions. Only five. Honestly, probably four. And I, two of them, I told myself I wasn't even going to write them down. But I said that even the, okay, great, thank you. Even the bad questions, I'll still answer them, right? Put them in here, address them, even though I know they don't need to be addressed. My daughter was telling me, don't address disgusting questions, but I'm going to address them anyway. Okay, so today is question time, and as I said, I wanted to like have a little cozy day for my podcast today and sit in my bed and relax and actually enjoy my Sunday. So that's why I'm in here today. Okay, don't get used to it. I know I did one like this before, but I have my moments. I go with my energy flow and how I feel. All right, so let's get to these questions. 'Cause some of them, the answers might be long. Some of them, the answers are going to be very short, and you who sent the questions know why. So these questions are pulled from different platforms of my social media. Um, and I just decided, like, hey, today would just be questions and answer day. I'm not seeing chat, so if people are writing, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it. And I need to, like, bring my up a little bit. I guess because I'm in this bed, I'm in cozy mood. I'm kind of like not as loud, but I hope you can all hear me. Okay, so question number one. Do you think women are more superior in this day and times that we are in? Let's underline that word superior. No, I don't. I think that this time that we're in, I feel like everyone is struggling. No one is superior, to be honest. The rich is getting richer and the poor is getting poorer. Um, and overall, I think the only superior thing is God. Probably should have sent me that question. Um, to be honest with you, no one is more superior than the other. And honestly, that mentality is what caused a lot of strife between men and women. Like one feeling like I should be, what is that word? I don't want to say prioritize. Like, oh, what's that word when people feel like they're entitled? Carries a lot of entitlement now in this time. Like, and that's the same as superiority, right? Like, so no, I don't think nobody's superior than anyone, right? We all grow, we all fail, we all go through different things in life. Nobody's perfect. So no, I don't think there's nothing, no one superior than another. I know that people say, like, in these days and times, like, there's more women breadwinners than men, and stuff like that, whatever. Those are just things I've heard, right? Doesn't make them facts. Do I agree with them? No, not necessarily. I feel like at the end of the day, you know, life is hard for everybody, and I look to God for everything. So I don't consider nobody above me or beneath me. I consider us all humans. But I thank you for your question. This question was from Instagram. I'm not going to say who, um, but this was a question from Instagram. Okay, these two questions that I'm about to read, they were from TikTok. So, question number two. These were the two that I'm. So, question number two and three, I'm going to merge them into one. How old are you and do you have a man? We all want to know. How do your man feel about you being in public eyes? Okay. I just put those two questions in one. One, none of your business what I got going on in my personal life. Choose not to share that. Two, whether I have a man or I don't have a man, um, me being in public eyes, this is my joy. This is my love to like talk, have my podcast. It's a part of my success with myself and my growth. So I don't think anyone should have an issue with someone else doing business, right? And as long as you're not on there doing other things like having OnlyFans, then I don't think if someone is in a situation that should be any problem. Um, but anyway, next questions because those was irrelevant. But I don't want to like have people feel like if they send me questions, I won't ask them. So I just decided to ask them. Right? What my mom say? Tell the truth, shame the devil. Anyway, next question. Back to some legitimate things, right? This question was pretty interesting. Do you feel that some men are jealous of women why they hate them? This was an Instagram question as well. Okay, I'm trying to be cautious of how I answer this question. 'Cause, don't want to offend anybody. Um, I don't think hate is the proper word, right? Let's start off with that word. I don't think hate is the proper word. Jealousy, maybe that's possible, but jealousy doesn't always carry hate, right? Um, a person can be jealous of you for something that you have, and because they want to attain it, right? It doesn't make them hate you. It's just jealousy. Can it lead to hate? Yes. Um, but I wouldn't use the word hate. Wouldn't say like men hate women. I think that there's a lot of um, conflicts between men and women that they're not seeing eye to eye because, as I always say, people are taking the humanity out of things, right? So if, oh, good example, good example. Okay. If like a man will do something, right? And the minute you say, so if the tables were turned, it would be okay for me to do it, then it gives them a point to think about it. Um, for me, I think it's a lot of bias that creates conflict. And I always say, like, what you don't like for yourself, don't do to another person. If you don't like it and you wouldn't like somebody to do it to you, don't do it to another person. Because I don't care if it's a man, woman, boy, child. I think, period, if we were to just follow that, we wouldn't have either of these, right? If I want to shine and I want, when I say something positive about myself and I'm in my positive element, happy about something that I accomplished, I don't want you to shut me down and crash me, like, or like take that away from me. But then when you're in your element and you're like gloating and going on about yourself, about whatever, you want my support in it. But then when it's my turn and I'm like, yeah, then it's like, oh no, I don't know. You know, it's like no energy behind it. And so I feel like what you do for yourself, what you wouldn't want for yourself, you don't do to other people. And I stand strong on that. I mean, that can also be damaging, right? Because not everybody is you, right? Like everybody doesn't think like you, everybody doesn't act like you. So your response to things, the way you handle things might be different than the way they would. So I think that that in turns leads you to have a little feel like that person's hating on you or jealous of you. That's just an example of what I'm thinking. Let me see. I think that, as I said, a lot of bias creates that feeling right there of like feeling like jealousy. They might not be jealous. It might just be, like, remember that men are very egotistical too. Do remember that, right? And so sometimes their ego may blind them from things. Just like women are very emotional. And sometimes our emotions make us react a certain way to things that's not really what it is. And so, as I always say, like knowing yourself and knowing who you are is important, right? And not letting the things that occur in life change that. Okay? It's okay to learn from your lessons, right? Because it is a blessing for that. So it's okay to learn from them, but don't let them make you bitter to other people, right? And sometimes that's what all of that stuff is. It's not that. It's not hate. It's just bitterness from somebody hurt this person, and so now they're treating other people a certain way, or they have a certain view of people because of that. So they let their lessons, instead of it just being blessings, they learn from it, which is a blessing, but they let those now turn them to, you're taking it like, okay, I'm a learn from it, so I'm going to not do this again or not do that. But really, you need to figure out what God wanted you to get from it. Not that you're like, oh yeah, this means I shouldn't do this. Like, maybe you gave it to the wrong person. Maybe you handed your heart to the wrong person. That's okay. Did it did you learn something from it? Cuz everybody's going to come with different things to contribute to your life. It's not going to be the same. Okay? So, yeah. So I don't think hate is the word for it. I think that men have high egos and women are very emotional. And so if we don't know how to be responsive, or how to respond to those things, how to respond to your man's ego, and how as a man you respond to your woman's emotional side and cater to it, you know, then it comes off like that, right? So that's my thought on that. I'm sorry that was a long answer. And if you felt like I didn't answer that Instagram question, go ahead, put it in a comment, and I'll make sure I address it, okay? And if you have anything that you feel like you want me to talk about, go ahead and drop it in a comment too, or go to my Instagram page and let me know, and I'll answer your questions there too, or TikTok. I'm sorry, TikTok fans. Sometimes some of the questions I get on there is just not appropriate. Okay, so last question. This one is interesting. And it's so funny, this one, because I literally was talking about this one the other day. Okay. Do you think God is going to protect us from all these racist acts of violence, or do we need to protect ourselves? That's a struggle, because I was actually talking to my sister about this. And this was from TikTok. I like to write down where my questions come from. So when I go back and I get more questions, I see what platform give me more questions than which one. Um, so I actually was talking to my sister about this right here. And I struggle with this question because I'm a very God fearing person and I think God can do all things and through Christ is all things possible. And I do think definitely God will do what he knows is in his will for us. So let me explain that. Sometimes people are like, "Oh, God did that. God made this happen, or this person this happened, and why did God let that happen?" Well, sometimes what we have for our purpose in our life is not the same thing that he may have for our purpose in our life. So I can't say, yeah, God will protect us. He protects us every day, but sometimes He's protecting us from ourselves. Sometimes He's protecting us in ways that we do not understand. So we don't have the capacity to understand God, to be honest with you, right? We're very smart, right? But we don't have the capacity to truly understand God. We don't. We can try to say, oh, yes, people fight about beliefs, religions, and what God says and what the Bible says all the time. But do we truly know what he wants and what is his will? No, we do not. And I say that way because it kind of drives me crazy sometimes when people are like, well, the Lord says, and the book says. Remember, the book was still written by people. There's things in the Bible that was taken out of the Bible. There's parts that's there that should be there that's not there. Anyway, I'm not even going to get too deep into that. Okay. That's a whole nother topic that I probably shouldn't talk about on here. But we don't really know what his will is and what he wants for us. So we have to seek him every day. That's why he says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all things shall be added to you. Because at the end of the day, you have to ask him. If you get up every day and you ask him, God, let your will be done today. Whatever it is that you need me to do to step into the path that you want me to take. Say that every day and he'll guide you. Sometimes it's what you are looking for. Sometimes it's not what you are looking for. It don't mean that he won't answer the things that you want as well. But vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And I know that's hard. And I know people feel like, well, people are out here doing this to us and this to us and this things has happened to black people. And yes, it 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 makes me very upset to see that. But it upsets me even more because, as I said, people are losing humanity and like we're people. Are you telling me that we're really making a color or a fear of being not as populated as you want to be as a race make you kill another race? That's insane. Because at the end of the day, we all die. So while you're out there trying to save your existence, eventually your existence is going to go away. So you're out here, oh, you know what? Our population is dying. Their population number is higher. We need to get them down. Eventually, what is in the beginning shall be in the end. Remember that. So while you're out here doing demonic things and let your demon and your flesh consume you to do horrible things to people, remember that you're not here forever. So where do you go after that with what you did? So yeah, so I struggle with that, to be honest with you. I do. Because I'm kind of like, when I see it, I'm kind of like on the fence with anger about it, right? And I'm like, ooh, I can't wait till Jesus do something. I can't wait till he, but that's why I say it's a touchy topic for me to like talk about. Like, that's a touchy subject, and I get the feeling. I get the feeling of like being tired of seeing it and being tired of hearing it, and it kind of like overwhelming you and it being so stressful. Like, I even was talking to my coworker about it one day, and she just started crying because, and she was of the opposite race, right? So it like we're all like, if we just understand that we're all humans and we're all people, it would make this place a better place. But hey, so in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. Nothing lasts forever. And I just try to focus on praying and staying prayed up and worshiping Him. I don't need to go into a church. I just need to know that I am the church. The temple is here. And be mindful of what I place in this temple. Because we forget that, right? And sometimes we confuse our temple with the physical temple. But this is the actual temple. Anyway, as I said, that's a whole nother topic that I would have to like. Maybe one day I'm gonna have my brother on here. We're gonna do a podcast together. Oh, that would be a good one. It probably get banned because his enlightenment on things is on a whole nother spectrum. So I'm gonna try to work that out and arrange that. Um, but okay, so I had only those questions. But please do remember that if you ever have any questions or anything you want me to answer, please, more like serious questions, outside of the two personal questions. Um go ahead and send them in, and I'll make sure I answer them and address them. I'm very open to doing that. I love to do that too, actually. Questions and answers is kind of my thing to do. Um, I am going to do a session on my next podcast, not for kids. It will be called Sex Talk, and I will be having maybe one male, three females, or two males, two females. Me and another female and two males, or maybe three males and three females, one male. I don't know. I'm waiting for them to get back to me. But on the next session, we are going to have a session called Sex Talk. It will not be for kids. Um, and I'm a little excited about that because they're very open people that I'll be talking to. So um, I think it will be very like educational as well, right? To like see a man's point of view on that and a woman's point of view on that, and to like touch bases to see how we think, right? Differently in that type of environment, of a sexual environment, right? I do feel like it's a lot of differences there, right? Outside of our parts, just the way a man thinks sexually and a woman thinks sexually. And I think sometimes that creates conflict between the two, right? And so to hear a conversation about that, I think that would be awesome. So if you have any questions in regards to that topic, go ahead and send them in so that when we have that session on the next session, not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday after, make sure you join that live to see. Yes, it will be a live and it will not be pre-recorded. So I'm setting that up for us to have a space to sit down and actually have that podcast. I'm excited about it. I feel like it can touch a lot of people, gain a lot of knowledge somehow. Okay, so I wasn't long today. As I said, I'm kind of like, oh, ready to go to bed. I got up today and um, did my workout, my yoga, and then went to the store, get some stuff for dinner, and made some fish tea soup. And I think I did a great job at it, actually. Turned out awesome. So now I'm just like, need to relax, go to bed early for work tomorrow, right? Okay, so don't forget to stay grounded, guys. If you have not already, please like, follow, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Share this with your mama, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your aunties, even your friends and your enemies, okay? And your frenemies, because we have those. We have those people. We know we have those. Okay, so if you have not already, make sure you do so. And thank you for having a little bedtime with me today, and doing some questions and answers in bed today with me. Okay, I love y'all. Sorry I was so short today, but I didn't want to take up y'all time today anyway. It is Sunday. And on that next session, it might be on a Saturday instead of a Sunday, okay? So not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday after. I'll make sure I throw it on my platforms, on like my Instagram and my TikTok, let y'all know that sex talk time will be on this date, and probably see if I can get some pictures of the people that's going to be on that panel, so y'all can see. Okay? Love y'all.